The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey, I'm Michael Watchring, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman gets ready to take on 18th-ranked Anderson Wednesday night. The league leaders have won 19 consecutive basketball games. What has made them so consistent here? Because they started the year with a couple losses, and they haven't lost since.
Well, I mean, they started the year, obviously they were a good basketball team to start. They gave up those couple of games early, but some things have really gone well for them. One is, just like what happened with us last year, they've been able to start the same five. They've got that continuity of starting the same five guys all year long. I don't know how their sickness has been, but, they look a lot like what we looked like last year, not having to really battle that adversity in terms of changing the lineup up. They got a rotation that they're comfortable with, and then they're doing a really good job of when they find themselves in close ball games, they're figuring out a way to make enough plays down the stretch to win those games. And, because they're not winning them all by 25 or 30 points. I mean, they've been tested here of late, and they've proven to be the team to beat in our league and in our region by how they finished out games and continue to stay undefeated in league play. When
you look back at the first game, you fell behind early. You were down fairly big late. You made that nice little comeback and had a chance to at least send it to overtime late in the contest. When you go back through the film review, what's something that you want to see your team make an adjustment to with how they run things?
I mean, well, we got killed on the glass for one. Of course, if you go all the way back to the beginning, they made 3 early threes, and we were taking some quick shots. I mean, a couple of them were ill-advised. Some of them were good shots, and then we had a couple of rim in and out. If it's going to make a difference in the game, if we make those shots, I don't have any idea. But getting down 11-0 to a team as good as Anderson is probably not a formula for success. And then, we just got killed on the glass. Second chance points, I don't know what the number was there, but I think they had 16 offensive rebounds to our 8. There were some situations in the fourth quarter when it was still kind of nip and tuck that we just didn't have good discipline on box outs and gave them easy stuff. And you can't give a team like Anderson just easy stuff around the rim or second chance opportunities, and sometimes it was even multiple chances in the same possession. So if we want to have a chance of winning to Anderson, we're going to have to do a lot better job on the glass than what we did here the last time we played them.
When you look at your side, you've won 7 consecutive on the road. We've talked about how you've been able to play on the road here of late. Harris Price has done a lot here over the last few games to assert herself as one of the top players in the country. What do you want to see from an offensive perspective against a team that has done typically a good job defensively?
Well, I think the last time we played them, we didn't shoot it very well from the 3. Granted, that's going to be something that we can do because here of late we have shot the ball a lot better from the perimeter. I mean, even as late as the Mars Hill game, we hit 21 threes. So it's there, and it's a lot better than some of our earlier interviews where we weren't shooting the ball very well at all. But you can't go on the road and shoot and expect to win by hitting a bunch of threes. I think you got to be able to get to the rim. You got to be able to be in a little bit more attack mode. Try to get to the free throw line. They rely on their main players pretty heavily. So if at any point in time, and I don't know that we can do this, but if at any point in time you get them in foul trouble, it's going to change things for them because they are very set in who they like to play, very set in their rotation. And so if you can get them out of that and make them do something that they're not accustomed to, that's probably going to give you a better chance of being successful. But they're a good team. They're well coached. They're smart. They're not going to get themselves in a lot of trouble, and they're probably not going to do anything to beat themselves. So if you're going to win, you're going to have to go over there and beat them. We're going to have to do it to actually beat them and not expect them to do something crazy to beat themselves.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best luck Wednesday.
Thank you, Michael.
He's Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey. I'm Michael Watchring, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.